Ain't got him so far. Alright. Not really, it's driving Colleen crazy. But the bulbs are burning.
Yeah.
Well, those are new bulbs now.
Yeah.
So the balance must be getting weak. This thing to be replaced.
Yeah, I think that
more
one
expensive. Hers is a balance too. Plus, it's going to have a prong on the end where it plugs up.
Yeah.
Kept blowing the lights out when I kept putting it in there.
Huh.
So, anyway, I bought 4 brand new lights. Put them all in there. There's 3 brand new lights in there right now. Including 2 trying to get it in the other slot. So it's electrical problems. I got one side of mine, one of mine out in my office.
Huh.
So
That's weird. I wonder if it's on the line or something.
no, I don't know.
Just the ballast, or if it's on the circuit or something, or...
I think in her office, on that middle office, it's the prong thing needs replaced on the end. Where the plastic things are. Somebody when they put a bulb in there broke. So it needs to be replaced. No, there's a spot where the light goes up in there.
Problem is they'll tear it up.
These are round lights.
Yeah,
These are not easy to deal with, but those are the long ones. And where you put it up in there and turn it.
I just thought it'd be interesting. I think that's
Bro.
scary for them.
That's got to be
I don't think it's
replaced
scary.
on
It's
that
what
end
scary is.
because it's got wiring
That's the
stuff
thing.
showing.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah. Well, they're all,
anyway, I haven't been ignoring this
things
stuff.
like all over the place.
Not having any success in what I know to do.
Yeah.
And I changed the bulbs, that's all I know to do, do it just like it was. So it's the balance is
I
getting
think it's
weaker.
to my first Star Wars.
I don't really know why we
actually,
need
it's the first memories I have as a
that
child.
much.
Because,
When you got that light on and the lamps on and that on,
I remember the Tauntaun, and I remember,
We take you to the theater for that?
I was like maybe 3 when it came out. I think I was 3. It's one of my first memories.
But, maybe after this month I got him, it took me 3 months to get him back to hold
I just hope my little son
the
doesn't.
driveway. So, and you got to work on him.
You know, there's
hold
subliminal stuff.
Yeah.
There's detachment.
He doesn't necessarily jump out when you ask.
You know.
Yep. I understand.
Anyway.
So guys,
Hey,
did they know about this?
my dad?
Yeah, coming. Did they know
Yeah.
about you coming?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's no reason my dad can't come.
Yeah.
Let me call Maggie real quick and see.
Why?
Make sure. I'm not sure. I just
Well, I
want
mean,
to
you
make
have a court
there's
order
no-
that says...
There's no court order saying a father can't be here. He's an attorney, by the way.
Okay.
You don't call anybody. I mean, it's ridiculous. You just let him drink. He's my grandson. I want to see him.
Yeah.
You know.
Let me make sure real quick. Just to make
Now,
sure.
who's he
not
going to
the
make
attorney.
sure with? Who are you going to check with?
With Maggie to see what it is.
Maggie's not the attorney, Zach. He's the court order.
Wait a minute.
There's nothing
Who's
there.
Maggie?
They're not the bosses, Zach.
Let me see real quick and check with them. Don't you guys have to get it cleared?
No.
No. We don't. There's no court order. You know.
For being grandparents. Is Maggie, see, if it's a court order, the grandparents can be around, then Maggie can't be around either.
I'm going to check real quick.
Maggie is, by the way, not the one
Who is Maggie?
She's not the parent. She's Speg's mom.
Let me check real quick.
Well, you know,
Maggie's
I wouldn't call it. Wait a minute. Is she paying you for him to be here, or is he?
Yeah, but
He's
let me check. But
He's paying. Then you don't. You know.
But
You take directions from him. You don't call her.
well,
I'm
here's the
doing
thing,
things
though.
here.
I know, but this is what I'm telling him every time.
The
is
court order.
My license is on the.
No, your license isn't on the line.
No, it's
It is
not.
on the
No,
line.
it's not.
He's the attorney, you can uphold you.
It is my license on the line. So
No, it's not.
It's tell me how your license is on the line.
if I violate the court order.
There is no court order. Do you have a copy of the court order?
I do on the one you sent me. Right?
Yeah, the court order has
Then
nothing
go get it and
about
let's see what it says.
There's nothing about grandparents, Zach.
You don't do anything
Also,
outside
it's
the
nothing
court
about me
order.
not taking photos, Zach. Everything they're doing, they're
Right,
not
just a
the ones
second,
that-
Aaron.
Okay.
If you do anything outside the court order, you're violating your arrangement with him.
Right.
And,
Yeah, you're
and
violating
you don't
court order
do
with
that, because if you do that, then you're going to get in trouble.
Right now, by the way, just so you know, you are violating the court order with me. Just so you know, no, he's the attorney, I'm promising you, Zach.
All
You
right.
are violating it. Maggie is not an attorney.
All right. Well, let me check with them real quick.
Maggie is not the attorney.
You
Zach,
don't
by
call,
calling her, you will violate the court order. She is not the attorney, nor is she on the court order. They have
okay, wait a
completely
second,
different
Aaron.
views.
Just a second.
Go ahead.
Guys, this is
Okay,
not
well, you don't need to call her. There's no reason for you to do that. There's no reason for you to call her. I'm the grandfather. She's the grandmother. You're bringing the child here. That's all we're going to do is a visitation. You don't call her and tell her we're here, give her a heads up, and tell her she can run away, not come, whatever she wants to do. You don't do that. And if you do that, because he's going to come after you, and I'm going to come after you, and you'll be in more trouble. So don't do that. Okay?
So now you're threatening me.
I'm telling you what I'm going
Here's
to
the
do.
thing. This is a voluntary thing as well for me.
You're getting paid for it.
I know I'm getting paid.
Well, it's not a voluntary thing. You're being compensated.
Look,
Aaron, just be quiet.
Of course, we hear.
You're being compensated
I know,
to do this.
but it's also I can come up here or I can't come up here. He can be my client or not be my client. So here's the thing. And
he's paying you, right?
Yeah.
Then you do what he tells you, and
pay me today, right?
What?
So just.
By the way, I told you my dad was going to be here last time I was here.
Did you clear with everybody?
You don't have to. Wait a minute. Just a second, okay?
That's right.
You don't have to clear it with anybody for me to come. I'm the grandfather. I have as much right to see my grandson as anybody else does. And don't go telling them that, go give them a heads up, tell them they can run away or whatever. I came here, I drove, I don't know how many hours to see this kid. And I don't want anything to mess that up. So you don't need to call her. I'll go out and see her and tell her I'm here. That's fine.
Okay.
But you don't need to give her a heads up.
Okay.
Okay? You don't need to divert her from coming here today. Because that's your object of you calling her, is to have her get away.
Well, here's the thing.
And
It's
show
not my
up.
object, but the object is here is that did we do the right thing? Did we go through the right process?
Listen, I'm a lawyer. You read the decree, read the court order, and tell me what it says.
Okay, what did it say?
You go get it.
Yeah, Zach, it says, just so you know, that you are to observe and you are to look over this, but it has no indication of who can be here, who cannot be here. It has no indication of anybody who has to be approved or not approved. There's nothing about it. Also, there's nothing about the fact that I can or cannot take photos. Not a single thing in there about it. Just I can't post them publicly, fine. No public posting. But there's nothing about not taking photos. There's nothing about not having family here.
We don't need to talk about this. Just, I'm telling you what you need to do. And just let her bring him in. Let me see my grandson. Let's see this happen.
Or make more drama.
Karen, be quiet, please. This is obviously very upsetting for me, okay? And I don't need to go through this crap, and I didn't have you put this on me, okay? I didn't do anything to bring this about, okay? And I'm just being here to enjoy my grandson, have some time with him, which I haven't had in months. So think about it that way, okay? And if you're a henchman for these guys, I'm going to get them to go someplace else, because that doesn't need to be the case. You don't need to be a spy for them.
What is the word? What's the thing? Like, I want to ask you, Aaron, because I know your sister came. What did you do to get her to come?
She called Meg. By the way, that was nothing to do with the attorneys. There was no setup of the attorneys yet. My sister called her, Meg made the agreement, and that was it. But there was nothing about attorneys involved in that stuff. I mean, in the end, we're parents. I have rights to my son. I have rights to bring my grandparents or my parents around him also. I am just as much his father as they are. She is his mother. Okay, and I am really tired of Zach that you are working for them. You really are. Okay.
If you are, you need to tell him that, because he shouldn't be paying you for you to work for them.
Yeah. Well, by the way, he's already been giving them information about me that he talks about behind my back. He says that I mention stuff about them. He already does all these things. So
you don't have authority for him to do that. If he's paying your bill, you need to keep your mouth.
By the way, it's violating client privileges. Go ahead.
Let's have a conversation. Let's not have
Go ahead, Dad.
Okay. Anyway, just let this thing happen, okay? I drove a long time to be here. I don't need to have all this stress in my life, okay? Let's just let it happen, okay? Because if they don't show up with this kid, it's gonna stress this whole thing out, the whole lot.
All right, buddy. He's just going to text her instead.
Well, she just said whenever you're ready, so let me go see if she's out here.
She's out there.
She is? Over in here. Aaron.
Huh? What?
Just sit down.
I'm just waiting for her to sit down.
I know, just sit down. You don't need to get into it. You get me going. You don't need to do that.
I'm not working anybody out. The fact is that,
Aaron, let me ask the questions, okay? Let me figure out what's going on. So how is he involved in this?
He works for Chris Lake, who is friends with the Strouts, who has been their counselor for a long time, and he.
Does he ever see Meg, or has he ever been involved in this thing?
Not really. I mean, like I said,
He's a neutral third party?
Well, he's not really neutral. I mean, he works for them. I mean, like he says he's independent, but he doesn't really do anything to help anybody, and he doesn't really have any part to do
Aaron,
with it.
don't do that. Aaron, listen to me.
What?
Sit down.
I just make record of things.
Sit down. You don't need...
I have to make record of everything.
No, you don't.
Oh,
No, you
think
don't.
so?
No.
Oh, you have your setting mistaken.
Aaron,
Yeah, these are people who make those
Aaron.
records of everything.
listen. You don't, don't come in here like gangbusters.
You think I'm coming on thing? That's what I do. You're the one who said we come after him.
I need people to settle. You need to settle something.
Dad, I am not the one who stirs anything up in this. Okay, Dad, we sat down. You're my dad. We have every right to see my son. There's nothing in the court order saying we can't.
You have a copy of that court order with you? Where?
Huh?
In your car?
No, but I mean, I can get one pulled up probably. I mean, I sent one to him, I know.
Well, you should carry it with you.
Yes, I should. The thing is, the court order hasn't really helped. Also, it says that I can see anybody that they approve to see, and like they won't do anything. Like he can actually say, I can see him with you. He can just allow you to have the observation with you, but he won't allow that.
I mean,
Zach can just say, it's okay.
he has to approve them?
No, he can be the approving party. He approves whoever.
And wait a minute, what does the court order say?
Zach can approve whoever the guardian, whoever the overseeing facilitator will be. Zach make the determination.
The facilitator?
Yeah, for the observed.
Well, that doesn't mean that they can say who's there.
No, but he can say that, if he can't be there at the time, he can have somebody else stand in his place.
Well, that's fine, but how can he exclude me? That's what I want to know. What in the decree and what in the order gives him the
By the way,
ability?
this is all on camera.
What gives him the ability to screen me on this thing? Screen me?
Nothing.
Okay, well, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, they take a lot of liberties on this thing. I can't take photos of my son. I cannot have family involved. They make everything impossible.
Is that in the court order?
No.
Okay, well then you don't.
Also, it's like I said, I can see him at a minimum of every other for an hour every other week. A minimum. I can see him more. I've made many requests, and none of them have ever been satisfied.
That's okay. You need to document that, and that's fine. And let it go.
I've also
Is your attorney being involved in any of this stuff?
I don't know.
Honestly,
Honestly,
you need to let him know that this is going on.
Yeah, Meg's attorney's far more involved than mine, it seems. But it's like I've sent multiple requests over for information about Wylder, like what's going on in his life, how he's doing, and they're supposed to reply back to me. I'm supposed to hide anything from me, and they've never replied on anything.
Well, do you have copies of those?
I have the emails, and then I also they violated like visitation dates. They just change them at random several times. So they're like, well, you've seen him enough. Because sometimes you have 3 weekends in a month that would fall every other weekend. But they're like, well, you already saw him 2 weekends, so you can't see him this weekend. You have to wait another weekend.
It's every other weekend, right?
It's every other weekend.
It's not 2 weekends a month.
Well, it's a violation of protective order. They did that during Christmas. They did it during January. They did it again last month. And then there was one where, Zach couldn't make it that other week, and he was supposed to. You can have someone else stand in his place. Well, they just canceled that one. And it's like, well, then you find someone to replace you. That's my visitation time.
And what are they doing? Talking out there?
I don't know. I mean, somebody's been talking. They're going to let me know in conversation. Like they're trying to get the attorney on the phone right now.
Unbelievable. Let me go out. Can you stay here?
Yeah.
Marguerite, right?
Yeah. So, if you were wondering, this is my father. He came to see my son, and right now we are mother's and there's really no reason. There's a court order saying I can't have my father see my son. He has every right to see him, and this is how restrictive it gets.
going to try to call Jeremy real quickly and see if he'll pick up. What's amazing is I think my attorney seems to be on call. My attorney, let's see how he is. See, this is the thing about drama is people making dramatic situations dramatic. Everybody should just be cool. If people were cool, dramatic things wouldn't happen, right? Of course, I'm not going to get my attorney to reply or pick up. I hired an attorney who was going to be basically the nicest, most gentle attorney because I thought we were just going to be signing some papers because we had an agreement, and that really wasn't the case, and it became more and more of removal of any parental rights and removal of time from his son.
Don't receive voicemail messages on this mobile phone. You want to get a message to me? Send it via text message or call either of my law.
Send me a text quickly.
Get your lawyer on the phone. Get him on the phone. Don't
I'm
stop.
trying because
And they're leaving. Unbelievable.
I told you.
Get your lawyer on the phone. I want to talk to him.
He's not. He doesn't pick up. They're leaving with him.
Yeah, they left.
They left.
Yeah.
Margaret was there.
Yeah, Marguerite and the sisters and unbelievable.
So they left.
Yeah. So you've been denied your visitation. Let's just file contempt on him. I mean, I want contempt filed Monday morning on that. Okay. And I want to talk to your lawyer today. Get this thing straightened out.
Okay, we have it on tape.
Where's the tape?
Right there. Been recording the whole time.
Okay. Well, yeah, but they weren't. They were out there.
Doesn't matter. It is currently. I mean, it's time marked. It's currently 12:14.
What did you text them to call you?
I didn't text him. Call me. He's not calling me.
What? Let me call me.
I have a number.
What's your number?
It is Dad, I told you these people don't act in a humane fashion. Hold on, Dad. Phone number is 1903 245.
There you go. Let's just read them. 245 what? 1880.
No one have Carol call her, Dad.
Huh?
Have Carol call her, not you. Not you. Just have Carol call on your behalf.
It's ridiculous. I drove all the way up here, you know, to see him, and I'm not going to see him? Because, no, this is Margaret, no, this is their decision. This is their interpretation of a court order that doesn't exist. That says that, you know, Aaron, it doesn't exclude me from coming to this visitation. It doesn't exclude me anyway. And they're telling me I can't, you know, we can't see him together. That's bullshit. That's really way off the reservation. And these guys are making up the rules as they go along. Please call Meg. Okay? I'm really upset. I mean, I've come all this way for nothing. You know? Why does he need to let them know that? The court order doesn't say that. He can't talk to Meg. He can't communicate with Meg. No, I don't have a copy of it here. No.
I have a copy. I can get a copy, I'm sure, but
He's got. Yeah, I've seen it.
Zach has a copy, actually.
Huh?
Zach has a copy of it.
Who does?
He does. He has a copy of it here.
Yeah, he just got one show it to us.
He will.
Well, let me see if he. Go ask him for it.
I can't do it right now.
You're paying for this thing. So let me see what it says. But call Meg and find out what the deal is. Why her mother's so paranoid that she couldn't bring the grandson in here. So there was three sisters, or two sisters, and she was in the car, and he was in the back seat. And you know, it's ridiculous. You know, absolutely absurd that they can't bring him in here. It's absurd. And these guys are just making up the rules as they go along. I guarantee you, Carol, this is small town justice, and it's not going to work. No, it's not. Well, let me get a copy of it, okay? I don't know where it is. He's supposed to have it right here. Would you call Meg, Bill, in the meantime? Just call her right away. Call her right away. Call me back. Bye-bye.
No, I mean, it's a matter of the court order, you know. But I'll talk to you about that. This is just that's. This is what happens when people go with unjustified power, and also when nobody stands up for anything early on. I know. I'm just saying, it's that when people go unchecked, when people are not questioned, this is what happens.
I can't imagine the order saying that the grandfather.
You know that Meg isn't the attorney. Meg isn't the attorney, and
Here's the thing, guys, and I hate being that, I'm stuck in the middle of all this.
well, yeah, I know.
And it sucks for me.
Well, that's why I said,
don't know,
that's why
and
Jack
we've
was,
already talked about this every single time, right? Every single time. I'm stuck in the middle of this. I'm between you and them. I'm like, I'm stuck. And the thing is this is not, I hate that it happens this way, but it's gotta be between the lawyers. I mean, these are
Well, the lawyers didn't talk to you. They didn't, you haven't had anybody smell your lawyer, have you?
They have, it's between the lawyers, isn't it?
Wait a minute, you have not been told anything by a lawyer,
I
have
have it in the court order, though.
you? Where's the court order? Why don't you have it here, so we can look at it? You can't refer to that if you don't have it in your presence. Okay. If you're operating under court order, you should definitely have a court order in your pocket when you do that. Okay.
why don't you have it here?
That's pretty, usually on my computer.
You don't have that here?
You can bring it today.
But I mean, if you think that you exclude the grandfather because you think the court order may have something in it that says something about him having to get permission to have somebody here, when you don't know that, is really, you talk about what your duty is, and what you've got to do, that's a violation of that duty, I'm sorry. But that's a clear violation of it, because you don't know.
Well, here's the thing.
You're operating on innuendo and assumption, and that's not what this is about. I didn't drive up here 400 miles on innuendo and assumption.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
Did you find it?
No, I think I can get online.
So here's the thing, guys. I'll let you guys clarify that. Is everything I say? I mean, obviously, you guys are,
Yeah, well, like you said, well, if the court order says so, it would be well advised that you would then say, hey, look, I looked at the court order, you need to come back and bring it
I'll go
somewhere.
get it. If I have to go get it, I'll go get it. If you guys
Yeah.
find it, that's fine.
I'm gonna get in the court order right now, so just hang tight. You have an attorney here, you can interpret it, you can use the best advice there.
Just kidding. I'm the grandfather, I'm not the attorney.
You mean, but, if we're all about trying to keep everything kosher, let's keep everything as kosher as we can.
I don't understand what Marguerite was saying. You can see him anytime, but you can't see him here. What did she mean by that?
You can see him anytime, you can't see him here.
I just don't understand what they're thinking.
Oh, they're saying that you can go over to the
Karen,
ranch and see them.
Just a second, I'm having a conversation. No, I can't go over there and see him.
Go there, go see him then. I'll stay behind. You go. I'll find some deal with them all.
They're not gonna let me see it. She wouldn't even roll the window down.
Oh, don't calm down. And the fact is, the scouts are good people. They're just... They're not...
What are you waiting for it to do? To download?
Oh, I'm waiting for it to connect to the internet. It's a laptop, and it has to go through this process of doing everything. This is why I decided to get a tablet. Because of this. We're online, sort of. We're now just waiting for the connection to be real, and it's there now. And we're going to wait. We're online now, after several minutes. And then I can pull the court order.
Let me ask you this. If the court order doesn't say anything about it, will you get on the phone and call them and tell them that?
Don't worry, things work out. It's all fine. I'm more than likely to just try to err on the side of caution. Maybe it's not about being controlled, Temporary orders.
Let's see it. I can read it.
In 1 second, they're not up yet. Just chill. So yeah, there's something, like I said, I've sent several requests over to get information about Wylder to her attorney. I've sent several requests over saying, hey, just, I need to know what's happening in his life, how he's doing, how he's sleeping. And then, actually, they're supposed to answer those things. And like, I like to see how, what, when he's been to the doctor, what for, and, what was his health like when he was born. There you go. You heard any good jokes lately, Zach?
What?
You heard any good jokes lately? So a man goes to a therapist.
Yep.
And he says, sometimes I feel like I'm a wigwam. And sometimes I feel like I'm a teepee. Therapist says you're 2 tenths.
I like that one.
There you go. Check this out, by the way. Oh, that's pretty wild. I think it's epic.
That's cool. Where'd you find this thing? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, look at these little hidden panels and stuff.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Find this again.
I thought on Amazon. I thought I was saying copy to Chris because I think he'd totally go crazy. I'm like,
Oh, come on.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
I wouldn't give it to him yet. He'll tear it up.
No, it's not just like it's another copy. Dude, every little wing has a hidden packet in it. There's something about pop-up books that are just awesome,
I know. I don't know how people do this, though.
I know.
Pretty wild.
Oh yeah, it's the Mos Eisley Cantina. I mean, the detail is amazing.
I know, that's great.
See if your joke's kind of retarded now, but
Yeah, good.
you've got issues.
Oh, very nice.
But this is awesome. Watch, look at this. Yeah.
Oh, what? That's
Isn't
all.
that cool?
I think it is.
How's your doing?
Yeah. Just turned 2, so that's not.
Yeah. If I wait, don't worry. We just go after you. Let's just do it. Everyone's fussy.
I understand.
You know, you prevent drama. Relax. Don't try to fight everything. And I think you're doing just fine, man. I know you're trying to do everything. Stop positioning me.
Yeah, tell me about it. I lose sleep over it.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. I mean, just, yeah.
Listen, it's a conflicting situation.
So,
Pray for you, dude. I'm sorry. I really just want to get hurt. It's about a child. This isn't about some weird game. I'm right on some weird game. I'm trying to play the best I can in the weird game.
hard, man. Hard to play. You too.
At least one time every week.
Say what? That's at least once every other week, which means I can see him more.
But the petitioner shall have possession of the child, the subject of this suit, at least one time every other week, supervised by Chris Legg, Zach Heron, or any other person designated by either Chris Legg or Zach Heron. Duration, the period of possession or applied to the child subject to the suit while the child is under the age of 18 years and otherwise administrated. Each party
There's no
pay the
limitation.
expenses, is periodic assessment. No, there's nothing in here about who can be. He has possession of the child. That means it doesn't even say it should be. It'll be here.
Yeah, you can be anywhere just as long as you're there.
child is supervised by you. That's it.
You can show up at the comments with him.
Okay? And if you call her and tell her that there's nothing here about this being exclusive visitation, and that she's in violation of that order, if she wants to go to court to fight over her, we can do that, but that's ridiculous. Hello? Hi. Well, I'm looking at the order, and the order doesn't say anything. It says that he shall have at least every other week with Chris present, and that's it. It doesn't say anything about exclusive or not anybody there. That's ridiculous, Carol. You can't bring the child's grandfather as a visitation? Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. What'd you tell you? No, tell me. No, it's not. It's not. There's nothing in the order that says that. And the orders are what controls this, Carol, not Meg's idea of what it should be. It's what the order says. It's what the court dictated. And there's nothing in the court dictation about that. So she is making this thing up. They're trying to rule the thing. They can't do that. They don't make the rules on this thing. They submitted this. They filed this lawsuit. They submitted this jurisdiction of this court with the court rulings, and the court ruled that he has visitation, and it's very stringent visitation, but at least he has it. You know, and it's 2 hours every other minimum of 2 hours every week. That's all he gets. Or it's one
Minimum.
minimum. And that's all he gets is the minimum. That's all he gets. He doesn't get any extended stuff. They've actually cut him out of stuff. Well, we're going to go to court. We're going to file a contempt. I'm going to file a contempt on him because they can't deny me access to my child. No, Carol. Carol, I saw what? They brought me. I drove all the way up here. And okay, I'll talk to you about it later. Bye.
Yeah, this is my like every day. Just so you know.
Did you call me?
No, call.
Who do I call?
Meg?
Call Meg and just let her know that she's going to be in contempt.
Yes, tell them that I'm telling them they're going to file contempt on them if they don't bring the child back here and let me have visitation with them.
No, don't say that, Zach. Just let her know that.
There's nothing in that order that says that they can.
That this stands in contempt. There's nothing ordering stopping them from letting me see my son with my father or anybody. It has to be written exclusive to say it's only exclusive. Okay. Okay.
You know, but there's the Meg's telling Carol that you're supposed to have it approved by the attorney. You're supposed to submit it to the approval of the attorney.
It's not in orders.
I know it's not.
I never submitted approval with Angie and Carl to visit them. I had no part in that. I had no part of the plan. Meg right now is on a power trip, Dad. Yeah, well, every time she was on a power trip, it hurts her more.
If she doesn't let you see him, if she doesn't let you see him, so you can call your attorney, nothing, and tell them to file a contempt action.
But this just shows us. It just shows us that there's no concern about this child having a relationship with his parents or
No,
anything.
it shows it's a mess. It's a big fucking mess, you know, and you're part of the mess, you know.
Dad, I'm the dad. You know, the fact is he has two parents. We're supposed to have equal access to our son. It's supposed to be that this is a child who's supposed to be loved. And the end of it all, this is not about a battle. This is about loving a child, and this is not about loving a child right now. It's about controlling him. This is abusive to him. At the end of it all, the casualty is Wylder. Dad, I can go on my day, I'll be fine. Okay. What kills me is Wylder. It just shows the heart of the matter in this type of stuff. okay there?
No, not okay.
So Marguerite said you could see Wylder any other time, but not right now. Is that her words?
I can see him at any time, but I think they weren't bringing him in here because you didn't get prior approval or whatever. I can see him anytime, but I can't see him now.
You see him any time, but you can't see him now.
Phew.